Hi, I'd like to take a few minutes to share with you how you use technology in the AP language and culture exams. So that would be French and German and Spanish, as well as the music theory. Now, first of all, these exams provide students an opportunity to share not only what they know, but what they're able to speak or to sing and to write and to say, and as well as listening. And so it requires a series of different kinds of technologies than what the traditional pencil and paper test gives. All of that is laid out in your guide. You will have something like this, or you'll have copies of pages. Each one of these exams has approximately 3 different components. I'm talking about the language exams, while the music theory has one separate component that involves technology. And so laid out in the guide, you will have a sheet that will talk about what portions of the exam there are and how much time is for that. But if you follow along the instructions, it lays it out very clearly. What I want to take you through is to show you what technology is going to be involved and what we have available and how you can use it. If you're struggling with it, always ask for help. So part of the language exams involves listening to 3 compact discs. They come in a single version and then one that is double-sided. Okay? So these are all sealed and they will remain sealed. I will crack them open the morning of the test or the beginning of the test so that all you have to do is peel off the plastic surrounding it. But right now they are remaining sealed. And so you'll have that so you don't have to fumble with breaking the seal. That will be ready for you. Now, at every site, we have a compact disc player, portable compact disc player. A couple things, they will all be plugged in. They should be checked ahead of time. But on it, on the top, there will be a volume. You want to make sure that the volume is loud enough where everyone in the room can hear it, but not so loud that you are actually being heard 3 or 4 doors down. So there's a happy medium. You can find that as well. If for some reason you're struggling with it, it doesn't seem to turn on the side, the same size as volume, there is a little on-off switch. If that accidentally gets bumped, you may want to be double checking that. So the middle setting, CD auxiliary, is what you'll be using. By pressing the top, you open up the CD player. You would then take the CD out of the case when it's appropriate and put it in. Each CD is labeled with when it is to be used. For instance, this one says Section 1, Part B. So as you go through the test, obviously you would do Section 1, Part A. Then it actually in the directions talks about using the CD and playing it. Tells you how much time. One of the interesting things about the CDs is they are set up so that if there are 45 minutes allotted for the test, then they stop playing at 45 minutes. So there's usually a place where you can listen to the sentence to get the volume correct. If it's not correct, that would be the time to adjust it. But then you hit play, and that's on the front, the very front of the CD player. And once it gets going, you just leave it go. Do not turn it off. Once it starts, you let it go. If there's 40 minutes assigned for that particular task, there will be a tone, and then a voice will come in and say, this task is done. So that's when you would stop the CD and pull that out and continue reading the instructions. Now, there's also typically a verbal portion for the languages, as well as there's a sight reading and singing portion for the music theory exams. Now, every student will get a recorder in a plastic bag. These are digital voice recorders. On the plastic bag is an address label. You will be handing these out. You will get almost like a plastic shoe box full of these in plastic bags. There will be one of these recorders in every plastic bag. All the recorders in your box will be the same. There are 2 different styles of recorders because the manufacturer simply changed the style of the recorder in the midst of our purchasing process. So there will be 2, but they will all be the same within your particular section. So there will be a time which you can pass these out while students are testing, just quietly set these on their table, on their desk in front of them. When it is time, then they will simply open this up, unseal it, take the recorder out. You will make sure that before they go any further, that they will print their name on the label, print the name on the label, and then they will take one of their AP number stickers and put it on here as well. Do not cover the name with the sticker. So that gives two forms of identification of whose voice is recorded on this particular device. Now, there will be a portion which it's also on the CD. They will be instructed to listen and then record their voice to respond to the conversation. We want to make sure that they know how to actually use this digital voice recorder. Every high school has a set of these that they share with amongst the different language classes, the AP language classes, so students should be familiar with this, but that's not ensuring that they actually remember it. So a couple different things that I want to point out on this, as well as the other version of this. They're very similar, as you can see. First of all, at the very top is a microphone. The microphone is pretty sensitive, but it also is really sensitive to picking up your voice and drowning out, filtering out others. So when students are recording, sometimes they hold the device and they put the speaker end towards their mouth and talk to it like this. When in reality, they should be holding it below them like this and speaking into it. Doesn't seem natural, but the microphone is here at the top. And when you speak, your sound, the voice goes down, carries downwards. So that would be one way of doing that. There is on both of these models, on one of the sides, this one happens to be on this side, there is a power button that you simply slide and allow it to come on. So I'm sliding it, it says power on, and then it goes through a startup process. You'll see that there are zeros here, could be the date. We're going to set these up so that you don't have to worry about inputting the date. It doesn't matter anyways. Now, when students want to record, one of the things that they'll have to do is they'll have to listen to the we'll ask them to repeat things so that they can hear whether or not it actually records. On the other side, opposite of the power switch, is the volume. So you can see the plus or minus volume here. So as students would begin the practice, you can walk them through this. This particular one has a start and pause button, the stop button, and then arrows to show the direction. So what we would do is simply press the start button. You hear a beep, and that's when it actually begins recording. And so you can see also that the time is moving forward. So, hi, my name is Tim Peterson. My AP number is 123456. When they're done, they click the stop button. That is the final action that they do. In some cases, in the conversation, for instance, they would not be clicking on the stop button because that ends their answer. In fact, what they need to do is press the pause and start button. So it's a start and stop button. So again, what I might do is click this. It's a recording. So, hi, my name is Tim Peterson. I'm pausing it. If the light flashes with the number, then I'm going to click it again. My AP number is 123456. And then I just click it again. And so I would then respond to this, to listening to the recording, place my answer here, etc. Now, if students make a mistake and they hit the stop button, it's not the end of the world. It's a lot more work for Sarah and I, as we have to literally digitally stitch these small sections together. So please, if they can at all avoid it, do not, make sure they know not to hit the stop button, but rather the pause button. So let's suppose that when they're done, one of the things we want them to do is listen to see whether or not it actually recorded. So I'm going to click on the stop button. It's saving it. And then I see that I have a couple of files. So I'm going to play this. It's recording. So, hi, my name is Tim Peterson. My AP number is 123456. Now, I've just recorded that. I do want to erase it though, because I only want the answer file on the recorder. I don't want everything that they've ever said on the recorder. So there are a couple different ways of doing that. I'm going to use on the newer models, it's called an option button. And I scroll down, it says delete a file at the very bottom. Then once I have used the wheel here and I've used the down arrow to get to delete a file, then I'm going to click on this is the thing that I want to do. It asks me yes or no. I want to yes, and then click that. I'm going to use that arrow, the selector button, to actually choose that I want to delete that and then go from there. In the other model, which looks very similar, there is an erase button on the side. So in this button, you see the volume is over here. Then there's also an erase button. So when you're on the file, you simply click that and push that in, and it says, do you want to erase this? Yes or no. And you select the yes or no by using the arrows and the stop button here. So if you have questions, have never used one of these, because the students will be asking you if they haven't, then please see us and we'll give you one prior to the exam so that you can kind of check it out. We've also created a document that in general shows that what this might look like. So here is actually the older version of it, the digital handheld recorders. So it describes the buttons, how to erase, some of the tips, recording one file for submission. And for your reference, here is the exam day activities with both our numbers, phone numbers on it as well. We will be here to support you. Just make sure you ask the questions. That's all we ask. Now, finally, when you're done, the students are all done. Take their plastic bag, take their recorder, power down, which is just simply holding the power button. It's off. Put it back in the bag, seal it up, put it on their desk so you can come and pick it up. I want to make sure that they have their AP number on this, that they have their name on this as well, so that we can, again, corroborate that the fact that it is this person who has the file. So if you have any questions about the technology for language exams or how to use anything or what it specifically means for you who are the person who's proctoring it, please let Sarah or myself know. Thank you.